Welcome. We're live here in Sokcho, South Korea, to the hotel where the family reunion, the members of the separated families are staying at the hotel. Now, if you see behind me, there's a row of Red Cross workers. What they're doing is they're welcoming these families, especially because this is the first of its kind in 3 years. This is because there's been a thaw in the relationship between South Korea and the DPRK following the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics, as well as a summit between South Korean President Moon Jae-in and DPRK leader Kim Jong-un, as well as another summit between DPRK leader Kim Jong-un and U.S. President Donald Trump. As we see, there are people as well as media who are covering this, and this is another family member who's going to come in. We're going to see Red Cross members clapping and welcoming them, especially because they've been waiting almost 70 years for this to happen. A lot of them have been separated right before the war, and it has been a long time coming for them. So as we see some movement. While we wait for that, I'm going to show you a couple of other things. If we look to this side, we see that there's also a picture area. This is something that South Korean government as well as a telecom service and the Red Cross put together in order to commemorate and show this. If we see the man on the computer, we see that he is editing these photos, showing the pictures that they brought along to show the family members as well as their current families. So this is something that they're doing to commemorate. Now, if we go over to this side, we see a family member coming in. A lot of them are very elderly. They're a lot of them, 36,000 of the 57,000 are over the age of 80. So we know that this is a very urgent matter indeed, and this is why this is such a special occasion here in South Korea as well as the DPRK. A lot of them, if we follow them, they'll head to this register list where there was originally 93 members. Now that number has gone down to 89. This has happened for unknown reasons, but as I explained, because many of them are in their old age and many are elderly, we know that this is very difficult. And because of this, because some of them are suffering from ailments, we know that the South Korean government has set up this health care as well as checkpoint, making sure that they're healthy enough to cross the border and go. We have doctors ready taking their blood pressure, making sure that their vitals are okay, and that there aren't any apparent illnesses that they're suffering, that when they do cross to the DPRK, that something could happen to them. Now, if we go over here, we'll see that there's the registry. This is where they'll register who they are and what they've brought and everything else for them to be able to do this family reunion. They come here, give their names as well as the gifts they brought. That's also why we have banks all across the wall. Many of them are going to be sending hard currency over when they meet their families in the DPRK. So this is all things that the South Korean government has set up, especially because this is such a rare occasion. Now, let's try to talk to one of the family members, if we can possibly talk to them. 아버님, 안녕하세요. 저 로이터 통신에서 왔는데 질문 하나만 물어봐도 될까요? 이 이산가족 참석을 할 건데 어떻게 되시는지 좀 얘기해 주실 수 있을까요?
몰라요. 난 어려서 와가지고 몰라.
그래도 가족들을 만날 건데
부모들이 너무 필요했다. 다시 와라 이래갖고 이렇게 해줬는데.
네, 감사합니다. He's telling us that he went at a very young age, so he isn't exactly sure who the family member he's going to be meeting are. So it does seem that a lot of this has happened at an earlier time, so we know that it's a difficult situation. Let's try to talk to a couple of other people. 통신에서 왔는데 그 질문 몇 개 물어봐도 될까요? 질문 몇 개 물어봐도 될까요?
예.
그 이산가족의 일로 북한으로 왔는데 어떻게 느끼고 이렇게 가족들을 다시 만날 건데 소감을 좀 얘기해 주세요.
소감이 별 저기를 모르겠어요. 그냥 좋기만 해요.
He says he doesn't really have certain feelings that he's feeling at the current moment. He's very excited though. He says that 여기 사진들이 몇 개 있는데 무슨 사진들이 있는지.
아버님, 어머님
네.
사진이에요.
He's telling me that this is his father and mother's photographs who have passed away. 그러면 부모님들은 북한에 계셨고.
아니요. 여기서 돌아가셨죠.
여기. 그러면 누구를 누님. So he's going to go over to the DPRK and he's going to be meeting his sister. That's why he's bringing over these photographs so that she can remember who they are.
누님은 돌아가셨대요. 그래서 조카들을 만나러 가는데.
Apparently his sister has also passed away, so he's going to be meeting his nephews, and they're going to be talking about certain things in the family past, and he's going to be showing them old photographs to try to reignite some memories of their own. 처음 만날 때 어떻게 인사를 할 건지 좀 궁금한데, 악수를 할 건지, 가족인데 좀 안을 건지 궁금한데요.
그 사람들이 공산주의가 돼서 공산주의로 확 돌아간 사람들만
그래도 그거는 정치적인 부분인데 그래도 가족끼리에는 뭐를 얘기를 하고 싶고
그렇지가 않을 거라고.
힘들 거라는 얘기죠.
그러니까 그냥 악수만 하는 거죠.
I asked him what he's gonna do the first time he meets his nephews, and he's telling me that it's been so long since he's seen his family in the north. In the DPRK, and it's going to be very new to him as well, especially because his parents passed away, as well as his sister who was living there. This is going to be his sister's children. So he's saying he is excited for this, but he doesn't exactly know how to feel about it. And the first thing he does when he sees them, he's going to shake their hand and ask them how they're doing. Just.